ITC Hotels has officially been spun off from its parent company, ITC Limited, after a special price discovery session that took place on the bourses today. ITC shares are now trading without the hotel's business. But what does this mean for shareholders and the future of ITC shares? Well, to understand, let's go back to August 2023, when ITC first announced its plan to separate the hotel's business into a standalone listed entity. Under the Demerger Scheme, shareholders of ITC will receive 1 share of ITC Hotels for every 10 shares they own in ITC. ITC will retain a 40% stake in ITC Hotels, while the remaining 60% will be distributed to shareholders. So, why did ITC choose to demerge? Well, the company says the move will unlock value and ensure a sharper management focus and also optimize cost structure for ITC Hotels. ITC Hotels only contributed about 3% to ITC's total revenues for FY24, but consumed over 20% of its total capex outlay. Now, following the demerger, ITC can redirect those resources to high-growth areas such as the FMCG segment, which saw a 24% year-on-year growth, and cigarettes, which also saw a 10% year-on-year growth in FY24. Meanwhile, ITC Hotels can focus exclusively on hospitality, leveraging an asset-light model to boost profitability. So, how did shareholders react to this big move? Well, the response was overwhelmingly positive. In June 2024, when put to vote, the demerger received over 99.6% approval from institutional investors and a 98.4% approval from non-institutional investors. After the National Company Law Tribunal approved the demerger on October 2024, ITC decided that January 1, 2025 would be the demerger date, with January 6th as a record date for ITC Hotels shares. A special pre-open session on January 6th determined the price of ITC shares without the value of the hotel's business, which came to Rs 455.6, down about 27 rupees from the previous session's closing price. But what about ITC Hotels shares? When will they list? Historically, spin-offs like Jio Financial took about 33 days to list, Piramal Pharma took about 45 days, and NMDC Steel took about 4 months to list following its record date. However, ITC Hotels hasn't declared a listing date yet and has not listed yet on the bourses. Brokerages expect that ITC Hotels will list before mid-February. As for the listing price, some brokerages expect that ITC Hotels shares will debut at 150 rupees a share, while some predict that ITC Hotels share value could go up to Rs 300 per share, with some predicting premium valuations due to better price discovery. Post-listing, ITC Hotels shares will be maintained on the NSE and BSE indices for the first 3 days. For example, if ITC lists on February 10th, then it will be compulsorily deleted from the indices on February 13th. However, the stock won't be included in the derivatives segment immediately. It needs a 6-month trading history to qualify. Further, it also needs SEBI's approval. Looking ahead, ITC Hotels will operate debt-free with a cash-rich balance sheet focusing on an asset-light strategy. The company aims to expand to over 200 hotels with 18,000 plus keys by 2023. Tailwinds for the sector, such as a recovery in hospitality, demand outpacing supply, and government support for tourism, are expected to drive strong performance for ITC Hotels in the coming years.